Hi everyone. Today in this lesson we will study models, the notions of model and the uses of models. So first of all we will study the definition of models. After that, what does model represent and in which condition we can use various models, and we will also solve some questions asked in the previous exams. First of all, see the definition of models. Models show the mood of a speaker. Models show the mood of a speaker. Generally, modals or modal auxiliaries are used before ordinary verbs and express meanings such as permission, possibility, certainty, need, obligation, duty, etc. So, modals show the mood of a speaker, and modals or modal auxiliaries are used before ordinary verbs. Means, modal and modal auxiliaries are always used before first form of verb or base form. And there are different notions which are expressed by modals, like permission, possibility, certainty, need, obligation, duty, etc. So, first of all, you are supposed to learn the definition of modals. And the definition is modals show or express the mood of a speaker. Now, there must be a question, what is a mood? And how many kinds may be of mood? So, our next point is mood. There are three kinds of mood. Mood is a verb form. First, indicative mood shows facts. I am a learner. This is showing a fact. Means it is fact that I am a learner. In indicative mood, we include all affirmative, negative, and interrogative sentences. Affirmative, negative, and interrogative sentences express indicative mood. I can say I'm not a terrorist. That is also showing indicative mood. Are you a student? It is also showing an indicative mood. Next one is subjunctive mood. Subjunctive mood shows imagination. For example, if I were a bird, I would fly in the sky. In this sentence, the speaker is showing imagination or expressing imagination, because a speaker cannot be a bird, because the speaker is a human being and a human being cannot be a bird. That is only an imagination. So, subjunctive mood shows imagination. Next is imperative mood. Imperative mood shows advice, suggestion, order, command, request, etc. All the imperative sentences show this mood, and we know it very well that imperative sentences always start with first form of verb or don't. For example, come to school regularly. In this sentence, advice is being expressed. Come to school regularly. And this sentence starts with first form of come. See the next sentence. Don't enter the garden without a pass. This sentence begins with don't. And don't in the starting of the sentence shows that this sentence is a negative imperative sentence. And there is also a command or order. And last one, help me please. Please is showing request here, and help that shows that the sentence is imperative. So all these three sentences show imperative mood. Now there are 13 modals in English grammar: can, could, may, might, will, would, shall, should, must, used to, ought to, need, dare. So these are the 13 modals which are used in English grammar to express different notions. So it is clear that modals are the verb forms which show mood of a speaker. Modals are often included in the group of auxiliaries. In some grammars, they are called modal auxiliaries also. Modals are known as defective verbs because some parts are not used in them, like they have no s or es form, they have no ing and ed forms. Usage of can. First use of can is to express ability or capacity. Ability is related to mind, while capacity is related to physical power. First example, she can swim across the river. She is a good swimmer. She is a good swimmer, and that's why she is able to swim across the river. This sentence shows that the incident is of present time and the person is strong enough to cross the river. So we have to use here can because it is showing the ability or capacity of the person. Next example is he can solve this equation because he is very intelligent. He is very intelligent. This sentence or clause shows that the person has ability to solve the equation. And we know it very well, if we have to express ability or capacity of present time, we use can modal. Next example is can you lift 50 kg? To lift 50 kg, we require capacity. Without capacity or physical power, we cannot lift 50 kg. So this sentence shows the capacity. So we have to use can modal. The next use of can is to express informal permission. Informal permission is taken from friends or relatives. Means the permission which is taken from friends or relatives is known as informal permission. For example, blank I borrow your books, brother. Here the speaker is taking permission from his or her brother and brother shows that there is a relationship between speaker and listener. So we have to use can model here. Next example, blank you give me your smartphone RAM. Here the speaker is taking permission from RAM, and generally we use the name of our friends or relatives in addressing sense. So here Ram shows that there is a relationship between speaker and listener. That's why we have to use can model here, because can model is used to take permission from friends or relatives. Next is to express possibility in negative and in interrogative sentences. This is very important aspect for us. In negative and interrogative sentences, we use can to express possibility. For example, there are clouds in the sky. Blank it rained today. The answer would be can, because the second sentence is interrogative one, and we know it very well that to show possibility in negative and interrogative sentences we use can. If the sentence would be like that, there are clouds in the sky, it blank rain today, in that condition we have to use may, because that sentence is affirmative. In affirmative possibilities we have to use may model, and in negative and interrogative sentences we have to use can model to express possibility. Next example, the news cannot be true because the correspondent is a liar. Correspondent is a liar, that's why the news cannot be true. Here the sentence is negative, and in negative sentences we have to use can model. We cannot say the news may not be true because the correspondent is a liar. So if there is negative and interrogative sentences, and if the sentences are showing possibility, in that condition we have to use can model. And if the sentence is positive, means affirmative, in that condition we have to use may model. Remember this. Next notion, to express general truth. General truth means an accident or incident that can happen anywhere, and a task which can be performed by any person. For example, accidents can take place anywhere. So there is not a definite place to take place of accidents. So this is a general truth, because there is no a fixed time and place. Anybody can dance. Anybody can dance. This sentence shows general truth. Anybody can do mistakes. This sentence is also showing general truth. To know about general truth, we have to know only one thing: a task that can be done by anyone and that can be performed anywhere. That is general truth. So all these sentences express general truth. That's why we use can model to show. To ask a question of possibility. If there is a possibility and if we have to ask a question about that, in that condition we have to use can model. For example, can a crow be white? Can a lamb run fast? So to ask the question of possibility we use can model. In the first question, can a crow be white? It is not likely to that a crow be white. But here the speaker is asking a question about the possibility of being a crow of white color. So here we have to use can model. In next one, can a lamb run fast? It is not possible for a lamb to run very fast. But to inquire about that, we use can model. So to ask a question of possibility, we use can model. So there are 5 uses of model can which are asked in our examinations. Next, uses of may. First use of may is to express wish, blessings or curse. Wish may be negative or positive. If the wish is positive, that is blessings, and if the wish is negative, that is curse. For example, may you get 98%. That's a wish, that is positive, so it is blessing. And to show blessings, we use may model. May God bless you. Here the wish is positive, so we use model may. And last one, may you go to hell. This is negative wish, that is curse. So to express wish, we use may model. Next use, to express formal permission. Formal permission means the permission which is taken from officers or teachers. So if we are taking permission from officers or teachers, in that condition we have to use may model. We have already discussed that to take permission from friends or relatives, we use can model, and to take permission from officers or teachers, we use may model. For example, may I come in, sir? We are taking permission from may, that's why here may model is used, because sir is a teacher or an officer. May I take your book, boss? Here boss is an officer, so to take permission from an officer, we use may model. Next use is to express possibility in affirmative sentences. Affirmative sentences means the sentences which express positive idea. For example, there are clouds in the sky, it may rain now. There are clouds in the sky and it is likely to take place of raining. The sentence is positive, so we have to use may model. Next sentence is, the student has not come yet. He may be at home. The student has not come yet, and it is possible that the student is at home. The sentence given after first one is positive, so we have to use may model here. In this way, we can say that in positive sentences we use may model, and in negative and interrogative sentences we use can model to express possibility. So in the end of this lesson, I want you to write all the rules of these models, the definition of model, and different kinds of mood, so that we can understand the topic in a better way. In next volume, we will discuss the remaining models and the notions of different models.